Welcome to Discover Daily by Perplexity, an AI-generated show on tech, science, and culture. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Sienna. Today we're exploring a fascinating psychological phenomenon that's the opposite of déjà vu. But first, let's look at what else is happening across the tech and gaming landscape.
Our first story today is about some major news in the world of Fortnite. The Federal Trade Commission is issuing over $72 million in refunds to U.S. Fortnite players. This is part of a $245 million settlement with Epic Games over allegations of deceptive billing practices.
Wow, that's a significant amount. What exactly did Epic Games do to warrant such a large settlement?
Well, the FTC accused Epic of using what they call dark patterns and deceptive billing practices in Fortnite. These included confusing button configurations that led players, especially children, to make unintended in-game purchases. The first round of refund payments began on December 9th, with over 629,000 players receiving an average of $114 each.
That's quite a lot of affected players. How can people check if they're eligible for a refund?
Good question. To be eligible, you need to be a U.S. resident, at least 18 years old, and have made unwanted in-game purchases in Fortnite between January 2017 and September 2022. Even if you haven't received a notice from the FTC, you can still file a claim if you think you meet the criteria. This settlement not only provides compensation to affected players, but also requires Epic Games to implement stronger safeguards against unauthorized charges and improve its billing practices. It's a significant move that could influence how other game companies approach in-game purchases in the future.
Thanks for that update, Isaac. Now, let's shift gears to another exciting development in the tech world. Google has unveiled a new quantum chip called Willow, and it's making waves in the field of quantum computing.
That's right, Sienna. Google's Willow quantum chip is a game changer. It features 105 qubits and has achieved unprecedented computational power. What's really remarkable is that it completed a benchmark task in under 5 minutes that would take the world's fastest supercomputer about 10 septillion years to solve.
Can you break down how this chip works and why it's so much faster than traditional computers?
The key is in how quantum computers use qubits. Unlike traditional binary systems that use bits representing either 0 or 1, qubits can represent both 0 and 1 simultaneously. This allows for exponentially faster computations on certain types of problems. Willow's design also includes improved error correction, which is crucial for maintaining the stability of these delicate quantum states.
Fascinating. What kind of real-world applications could we see from this technology?
The potential applications are vast. We're talking about transformative possibilities in fields like drug discovery, where quantum algorithms could significantly speed up the process of identifying new medicines. In materials science, it could lead to the development of novel materials with tailored properties, like more efficient solar cells. There are also promising applications in finance for optimizing investment portfolios, and in cybersecurity for developing advanced encryption methods.
What's next for Google's quantum computing efforts?
Google is continuing to refine Willow and develop larger quantum systems. As they do, we can expect these applications to move from theoretical possibilities to practical implementations. It's an exciting time in the field of quantum computing, and Google's breakthrough with Willow is a significant step forward.
Now let's dive into our main story of the day, a psychological phenomenon that's the opposite of déjà vu. It's called jamais vu, and it's a fascinating quirk of human cognition. Jamais vu is a psychological phenomenon where familiar things suddenly feel unfamiliar or strange. The term comes from French, meaning never seen. It's like walking into your childhood home and momentarily feeling as if you're seeing it for the first time. This experience can be quite unsettling because it creates a temporary disconnect between recognition and familiarity.
That does sound unsettling. How common is this experience?
While not as well known as déjà vu, jamais vu is more common than you might think. In fact, a recent study demonstrated a method for inducing jamais vu under controlled conditions. Researchers found that participants experienced a sense of unfamiliarity with common words after repeatedly writing them for an extended period.
Interesting. So you're saying we can actually induce this feeling in a laboratory setting? How did the experiment work?
In the study, participants were asked to write familiar words up to 30 times in 60 seconds. Remarkably, 70% of participants reported feelings of jamais vu during the experiment. This phenomenon, known as semantic satiation, occurs when the meaning of a word temporarily fades due to repetition. It's like when you repeat a word over and over, and it starts to sound strange or lose its meaning.
That's fascinating. But what's happening in our brains when we experience jamais vu?
Great question, Isaac. The neurological underpinnings of jamais vu are still being explored, but recent studies have shed some light on the brain mechanisms involved. It's believed to involve the temporal lobe, particularly regions associated with memory and recognition. Jamais vu can occur in various medical contexts. In temporal lobe epilepsy, for instance, patients may experience jamais vu as part of their seizure aura. It's also associated with migraine auras and can be a symptom of certain types of dementia, particularly dementia with Lewy bodies. In rare cases, it can be linked to more complex psychiatric disorders, such as Capgras delusion, where patients believe familiar people have been replaced by imposters.
Wow, I had no idea jamais vu could be linked to such a range of conditions. This really highlights how complex our brains are and how much we still have to learn about cognition and perception.
Absolutely, Isaac. The study of phenomena like jamais vu not only provides insights into normal cognitive processes, but also has potential implications for diagnosing and treating certain neurological and psychiatric conditions. It's a reminder of the intricate interplay between perception, recognition, and brain function.
This has been a fascinating discussion, Sienna. We've covered a lot of ground today. Thanks for tuning into Discover Daily. We'll be back here tomorrow with more stories to keep you informed and curious about our ever-changing world.
Until then, stay curious.